Hello and welcome back to Tsukihime, a piece of blue glass moon, which I will now dub as Tsukihime because that might be a little bit too long. But last time we were in the shoes of Shiki Tohno as a child who went to a forest and it seems like he got attacked. And after some really traumatizing stuff, he managed to land himself in the hospital where he seems to be able to see these weird lines and he traces them with a knife and managed to cut pretty much anything with whatever has the lines on them. So the doctor is like, oh man, he's crazy or something. And everyone's afraid of him, so he kind of wanders out into the fields where he meets the best girl, Aoko Aozaki, and they have a really nice master-student relationship. And you know, she kind of gives him a way to get his life back. She gives him some glasses so that he doesn't see the lines. They had a really sweet, tender moment. But now we're fast-forwarding 7 years in the future. When he's 17, he's moving back to the Tohno estate, which is where his original family is from. And I'm not exactly sure what's gonna happen. I vaguely remember we have met this new character who managed to get on the same train as us. So let's see what happens. A girl wearing my school uniform slips through the automatic doors as they close. Wait, I thought he was going to wait. Sorry, I guess I misinterpreted it. I thought he was moving back to the Tohno estate, which was in like another area altogether. So I thought he was going to transfer schools, but maybe he isn't. Maybe he's still in the same school. I guess we'll have to see. Her ribbon is green, so she must be a third year. I feel like I've seen her before. Oh, I also want to mention, I noticed that the quality of the video that I had last time wasn't exactly the best. I'm playing on the Switch version. I'm not sure if it's because of that, because the Switch is known for having not the most powerful system. I'm pretty sure my recording settings are pretty alright, but I'm not exactly sure. The bag she's holding in her hand must contain things for her club activities. Our eyes meet for a moment. The girl continues to stare at me. You look like the main character. Just when I notice that she's walked closer. Alright, yep, she has blue hair. You know what that means? She is a unique character, someone important, because if they weren't, they just probably look like a normal character. Oh, whoops. Sorry for staring. The way she smiled has me apologizing almost by reflex. Wait, what? Do we say, wait, what? Do we say we're not a, wait, I gotta look at the log. Do I know this person? Our eyes meet. Good morning. Sorry about that. We didn't say anything about the morning, right? Yeah, how does she know that we're not, wait. The girl laughs lightly. I'm just gonna continue. I'm distracted by her laughter and... Oh. Look at her, right up in our face. Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, wait, I could have sworn this was supposed to be like someone that Shiki met for the first time, but nope, last week. Maybe when we had to transfer, like that process. Oh, my ears. It's CL Senpai. In an instant, my memories jolted awake. I knew she felt familiar. I crossed paths with her a number of times. And now that I think about it, there's probably not a person in the whole school who doesn't know CL. Okay. At the very least, I believe this is confirming for me that he's not transferring schools. He's still in the same school, he's just moving where he lives, which is back to the Tohno estate. Okay, so I guess he didn't have to move too far. I was kind of wondering because I was like, damn, he's taking the train to school, but it's also a train that manages to go all the way to where his new place was going to be. I thought it was going to be in like a new district, or maybe even like, if this was the States, I thought it was going to be in a different state. I don't know what it's called, province in Japan. So like, I thought he was straight up like moving because he made it sound like he was never going to see the Arima family ever again. Wait, if it's just a subway right away, what's the problem? Soya High's most revered third-year student. happy to offer advice to any distraught first year. Look at her different expression. Oh, eager to solve the woes of any troubled second year. And quick to save underclassmen from the ire of the third years. Some students call her the true student council president, considering most people rely on her over the teachers or actual student council. Huh, I wonder... I actually don't know who the student council president is. I wonder if they're even going to be relevant. She even helped me with something just last week. Man, how out of it am I? CL is right about how I hate mornings, but thinking about returning home for the first time in 7 years must be killing my brain cells. Oh, well, there we go, we get choices. I can't think of a single thing to say. Think of something to ask. Take the opportunity to admire what's in front of us. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, did you see that choice selection effect? I can't help but be intrigued. My eyes drop from the bag on her shoulders down to her legs. Legs. I mean, those legs are nothing short of amazing. Absolute perfection. Coursing with the quiet energy of the flowing water, they feel ready to surge into any motion. Into motion at any moment. I can't. They're really cool. I didn't think that he was gonna do this. What? So if I look into the... Okay, I can see the choices I made. Okay. I tried to pull my eyes away, but I'm utterly transfixed. They're truly a work of art. She's like, what are you doing? Never before have I seen strength and beauty in such perfect harmony. Although they're pleasantly defined, they're a sprinter's leg at heart. Rumor has it that CL set a new school record, outside of the track team anyway, during the fitness test the other day. These legs ran 100 meters in 13 seconds. They're more valuable than diamonds. I'm just imagining his fingers are just moving in a very inappropriate way. I'm not gonna lie, I think this is hilarious because I feel like we are able to contribute to the personality that Shiki has. I know he's like a defined character, but like the fact that we're able to do this is kind of funny. This is kind of weird, but it's not like I'm her trainer or a rival on the track, as much as I wish I were. Oh yeah, I wish I were. Even if I were to unveil all the secrets of her speed, it wouldn't do me any good. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's too early for this. This is like literally like 5 minutes into this. Even I don't understand. How does one express how it feels to be captivated by such beauty? Some claim that true beauty cannot be expressed in words, but it is not defeatist to suggest that something beautiful cannot be called. What is it? What it is. Will the day ever come when humanity transcends its myriad biases and prejudice to put words to the true nature of... Something hit me in the head? Was it me? Ignore my throbbing head. I pick up the object that has fallen onto the seat. It's a shiny metallic object that fits perfectly in the palm of my hand. That is to say, a phone. Someone threw their phone at me? Who are you? I don't know who this is at all. Huh. Wait, app? There's an app? Hold up, I need to get my thought process. So, this game is a remake. A remake of a game that came out in 2000. But there are no smartphones in 2000. Does that mean they either this is an app on an old ass phone like a Nokia, and that this chick just chucked a Nokia at me So I should be gushing out blood right now. Or they modernized this remake so that it fit the current time. So, I mean, they did add a lot of stuff, so it wouldn't be too surprising. So maybe it is a smartphone.
バカじゃないですか。ありがとうございます。
Okay. The girl coolly retrieves her phone and moves to the other end of the car. Let me continue. CL and I stare at each other, speechless. For better or for worse, I've come back to my senses. I cough to try and reset the conversation.
すみません。ちょっとぼーっとしてました。
Legs though, the legs on that girl.
それよりどうしたんですか？先輩、部活やってませんよね。
いえ、何を隠そう。ボランティア活動の帰りなんです。
Volunteer work at 6 a.m. in the morning?
ほら、生徒会公募で公園のゴミ拾いがあったでしょ。あれをちゃちゃっと先ほどまで。
Actually, no, I could imagine that at 6 a.m. in the morning. Now it all makes sense. CL is always running around helping out somebody or another, looking lovely in those glasses all the while.
早朝から30分だけの奉仕活動だったんですけどね。他の皆さんは一旦帰宅したんですが、私は面倒なのでこのまま登校してしまおうかと。
Her bag clatters as she shifts it on her shoulder. Had assumed that it was full of club equipment, but it must be cleaning stuff.
おや、
Oh yeah.
中身見たいんですか？先輩の持ち物をチェックするなんておとなしそうに見えて大胆ですね。
She draws closer and looks into my eyes. Her face is so close to mine that I can feel the warmth of her body. Flustered, I can't figure out where to look.
いえ、そういうわけじゃなくてですね。もし折りたたみ式のほうきとか熊手とかなら
Collapsible broom, huh?
ほうほう、私の万能高枝切りばさみも見た
The
いと。
multi-purpose
よろしい
hedge.
それでしたら放課後いつもの茶道部に来てください。あなたなら大歓迎です。
Tea Ceremony Club. I'm gonna be honest, I've seen that club a lot in anime, but I have absolutely no idea what it is. I don't understand the concept of a tea ceremony, but that's just me and my dumb American brain. Faced with such a heartfelt smile, I end up blushing. I'd like to say something clever or witty, but a simple yes is all I can manage. I don't even know which room the tea ceremony club meets in, but I'll figure that out later. I gotta see those legs.
約束ですよ。ここだけの話、部費で購入したお茶受けが余ってしまいまして、日持ちするものではないので元気な男の子の協力が不可欠なんです。
You can give them to me now.
そうですか。じゃあ予定が合えばぜひ。
You don't understand, this is a bribe.
でも食べ物に釣られていくなんてなんか猫みたいですね。
I have to stop it. I'm not trying to predict the game. CL's warm smile makes me feel comfortable enough to crack a joke. She adjusts the green ribbon around her neck.
どちらかというとワンちゃんではないでしょうか。
Oh no, Pochita vibes.
というか猫科はよくありません。最後まで頼りになるのは律儀で頭のいい犬科です。
I dislike cats. I much prefer dogs. I wonder if they'll come into play. Wait. Okay. I'm not gonna say anything, but maybe she's not gonna like Neko arc. For reasons I don't quite understand, she seems to feel strongly about this. As we're both heading to the same place, we continue to chat. We talk about last week's midterms. We wonder why the sports festival has been reduced to a one-day event. We complain about the cafeteria always serving the same things. After getting into a heated discussion about the plan to restrict phones at the school, we tire each other out, sigh in unison, and change the subject. We laugh as we trade opinions on the movies we've seen recently. Have you seen Witch on the Holy Night? That movie's coming out soon, I hope, eventually. I want to see it. 15 minutes go by in a flash. It's easy talking with her. She is, after all, incredibly popular among everyone. I don't want this to end. We only have a few minutes left before we get to Soya Station. I try to bring up something else to talk about. But...
ちょっとうるさいんですけど。
I don't know who that is. We've forgotten where we are. Is this gonna be a new character? Because I straight up don't know who this is at all. Huh, maybe. I really want to know about that phone thing. I want to know if it's modernized or if it's just in my imagination. It's like a normal cell phone from the 2000s. CL and I bow our heads in apology.
怒られちゃいましたね。
ごめんなさい。
I bet she chucked that phone on purpose. She's like, look at my legs.
私の笑い声が大きかったんです。きっと。
With that, our conversation comes to a halt. The friendly cheer that filled the air just moments ago has vanished. It's quickly replaced by that familiar city silence, that cold space in which everyone is a stranger. Alright, is this school? I see an SOS sign in the corner, or at least I saw one. Oh man, okay, I don't know how well this comes across in the recording, but this looks really good. The CGs in this game are like really realistic too. It's just before 7 a.m. I left for school a bit early today, so town hasn't quite woken up yet. It's quiet right now, but in about an hour, it'll be bustling with traffic and commuters.
今朝も交通量が少なめですね。最近街の目覚めが遅い気がします。
It's the
皆さん
internet.
夜更かしなんで
The
しょうかね。
blue light, I'm telling you. As CL shares this odd observation, I notice how heavy her bag looks.
荷物学校まで持って行きましょうか。
ああ、いえいえ、お気になさらず。私は寄って
I
いく
bet
と
she's
ころ
like
がありま
super
すの
duper
で。
strong. Actually, I missed that line. I'm sorry. I had to go back for a second. Okay, so, she said, no, I'm fine. I have to make a stop on the way. She has to make a stop on the way. I wonder if that's gonna come back to bite us somehow. I don't know. She's an important character. Her lithe legs carry her so swiftly, I almost expect a comical whoosh. I feel an urge to start running too, though there's no reason for me to hurry. I probably shouldn't be running anyway, considering my condition. Wait, his condition? Is he still sick? I don't think he is. I thought he was supposed to be healthy by now. I start walking towards school at my usual pace. But just as I set off, it just occurred to me. He commented on her glasses, how nice they looked. I wonder if he has an affinity for glasses now, because now he's forced to wear them. It's that girl again. The girl from before emerges from the ticket gates. She passes by briskly, slowly only to share a few choice words.
動物的にも程があります。
I mean, we are friends, but I think Japan does have a affection in public culture thing where you're not supposed to do that.
公共の場で恥ずかしいと思わないんですか?
And with that, she stalks away. Who are you? I don't know. This is what happens when I go into a playthrough not blind. I'm just like, what is this new stuff? If it is even new, I don't remember. I make my way to the school, my steps heavier than usual. It's just about 7 when the main entrance to the school comes into view. Students hurry through the gate to go to their club activities. They must be trying to make the most of their time before homeroom starts at 8. So this is Soya High. Soya I always have trouble saying this word. Soya Municipal High School. I'm just gonna call it Soya High. An old school celebrating 40 years since its founding. Our college admission rate isn't bad, our clubs do fine, and the rules aren't particularly strict. It's as normal as a school as you can find. The only complaint male students have is that their uniforms are too old-fashioned, but the school doesn't pay much attention to it. Screw you guys! As for the girls, their uniforms were changed 3 years ago. I mean, if you're gonna change the school uniform, might as well do both genders, right? Apparently, the school is worried that keeping the older sailor uniforms would lead to a drop in enrollment. Now the guys are gonna be like, I don't know about going to that school anymore because the uniform doesn't look good, but maybe I will because the girls one look good, you know? Something feels out of place on my usual walk to school. Things feel busier than usual. Pale-faced teachers rush to the faculty room. A black car I've never seen before is parked in the parking lot. There's a chill in the air. Images flashed through my mind. A sparsely attended funeral. The cold black of a hearse. Hearse? I actually don't know that word. Hearse. I sigh at my own dark thoughts. Trying to shake off the uneasy feeling growing inside me, I head for the classroom. You know, one thing I have heard about Tsukihime, at least the original visual novel, was that like some parts of it were like really edgy. But I'm not gonna lie, sometimes certain edgy things are just like right in my ballpark. There's no one else here yet. Like this is really off topic, but like sometimes there are these like really trashy power fantasy shows that are just like objectively bad, and some of them I will just say are definitely my guilty pleasure. Or just an example, like some things that are just like not even necessarily good writing or anything, sometimes I just end up eating that up. I sit in my chair and kill time until the homeroom begins. More people begin to fill the room as I get in some studying. Wow, that guy sounds super boring. Yeah, if we're not a morning person, why do we come so early? I don't think we even stopped by the Tohno estate. In that case, there's no reason for us to leave early if we're just going to school. Oh no. The students of 2C get along well compared to the other classes. Just a random note, just because I took Japanese for like 1 year, and I learned the word what was it? It must have been oh, I think I was supposed to go to that. To miss something or like to not show up is sab. I think they said it was sabo. Actually, while I'm here, can I if I use A to quick jump, I don't know what that is. Damn, can I can't get them to say the line. Oh man, that's kind of a bummer. Because sometimes I miss a line, I kind of want to go back for them to say it. Ooh, okay, yeah, that's gonna suck. But like, oh shoot, my train of thought. I think it's saboru, which is the word to cut, not like physically cut, but like to cut class or like to miss an event, is saboru, which comes from the word sabotage, which I always thought was really weird. I'm gonna sabotage this by not going. We're pretty casual with each other before taking our seats. Actually, I'm gonna try to press some buttons to see what comes out. So if I press up, that comes out. If I press down, it proceeds. I catch up with the classmates who have just ended their club activities. If I press right and left, nothing really happens. Actually, I'm sorry. I know I should have checked this last time, but I'm just gonna look at the controls again. So we have confirm the control panel. Oh, that's the thing that just popped up. Fast forward and rewind. Okay. So, yeah, X is a log, but we can't really do anything with that, unfortunately. Like, we can go up and down. I still don't know what quick jump is. Actually, I'm gonna try. If I go up here, if I do quick jump. And if I click A, it goes back to this. Oh, I can go back to this, to when they said this. I see. Damn. Oh, okay. So, so I can specifically go back to a line and continue on from there. I see. Well, now I gotta skip forward because I went too far. That is good to know. I hope I don't accidentally skip some dialogue. Oh, cool, it stops. I think that was actually one of the settings to don't skip unread dialogue, which is great for a VN. I catch up with classmates who have just ended their club activities. You go through your typical laundry list of things from last night's ancient news to stuff that happened just minutes ago. We're just talking to pass the time, but this is an important ritual of ours. A warm-up exercise to start off the day. We'd only tire ourselves out if we tried to have real conversations about everything, especially in this age of information. Age of information. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that this was modernized and we have like smartphones and everything, because I don't think that the 2000s was considered the age of information. And considering that this was released in year 2000, or sorry, the original, that means the story probably took place like earlier, like the 90s or something. So yeah, I mean, you still had computers, and honestly, I think there were some like PCs that were affordable for the general public, but it's definitely not the age of information. The mood in the classroom changes suddenly. Lively chatter dies down to a whisper. Losers! Oh, this guy sounds kinda douchey. Crude remarks you wouldn't expect to hear among this otherwise harmonious bunch cut through the tranquility. I don't even need to turn around to know who it is. Only one person can do this to a room. Is this gonna be our Hosuke equivalent?
Cheese! Good morning, Megane-kun!
I mean, he's got the same hair color too. But if anyone, he really looks like Shiro. He looks like Emiya Shiro. Oh my god. A little bit more hair cut off from the side, but like, yeah. What's up, Four Eyes?
Yeah,
looking like, especially like a punk ass bitch today. I don't know if this is a bully or if he's just gonna be our best friend. The line is very thin. Yep, only him, a delinquent with little respect for the sanctity of our school.
Oi, 挨拶どうした？人が珍しく朝から来てやってんのに、おはようの言葉もなしですか？むしろ朝からいてくれてありがとうぐらいの気持ちはないのですか？
I would assume that he's gonna be our friend. I actually don't really remember much about him at all because I'm not gonna say anything. But yeah, I would assume he's just gonna be like the best friend type.
ないよ。朝から恋顔見てげんなりしてるだけ。
Yeah, I'm glad I have these glasses to protect your image from my face.
そもそもありがとうとかないし、お前のために学校に来てるわけじゃないし。
Damn, we said to his face.
何？バカ言うなよ。俺は遠野のために学校に来てるんだぞ。そんなの不公平じゃんか。
Okay, yeah, definitely friends. Definitely giving me Hosuke vibes if Hosuke was a delinquent instead of just a lazy person. I'm at a loss for words. Sometimes I wonder why we're even friends. Yep, okay, there we go. He has a dyed head of orange hair and piercings in his ears. Sporting a perpetual scowl that's practically begging for a fight, he seems to follow the delinquent dress code to a T. Though his brand of counterculture may be a little out of style, he still looks the part of a good punk. His name? Arihiko Inui. Arihiko Inui. Are we gonna call him Inui-kun? I feel like that would be easier.
まあいいか。朝から教室に来るのはいいことだ。おはよう、アリヒコ。
Arihiko,
つい
okay.
に出席日数を気にしだしたか？
いや、そこは別に気にしてない。
Yeah, I don't
まだまだ
care.
理由はありますよ。
Oh, he's still trying to
今日は
pass.
家に姉貴がいるんでサボれなくなっただけ。
Understandable. Oh god, if I skip, they'll notice, and I can't.
つうか朝まで鉄マンしてたんで、いい加減体力の限界だ。
Damn, mahjong all night. Look at his face.
そうか、すまない。挨拶をやり直させてくれ。おやすみ、クズヒコ。机に急げ。さっさと。
Trash Hiko. Oh, not the best, but I guess it sounds better in Japanese. Go sleep at your desk already.
何その冷めた反応。それが中学からのライバルに対する態度ですか？もっとこう熱い対応してくれませんかね？
You're trash too.
なんで俺とお前がライバルなんだ。無軌道に行きたいんなら街で同行の死を見つけてろよ。あんまり構わないでくれ。
He does still owe me a bunch of money I lent him back in middle school, which makes him more of a moocher than a rival.
どうしてかな？遠野ってば俺にだけ冷たいよな。
Because you kind of owe me money, dude.
他の奴らには聖人君子みたいなやつなのに不公平じゃね？
So Okay, that gives an idea of our class image. Everyone kind of like greeted us, said hi. Honestly, pretty nice. So I guess I'm gonna say where or me when I'm talking about Tohno Shiki or Shiki Tohno, because he's a protagonist, and unlike Witch on the Holy Night, from what I recall, this game is probably gonna be entirely from his POV. If not, then I don't know. So I'm just gonna say me or I when I'm talking about Shiki. So I guess we're a pretty good-natured person who just has had it with Arihiko's shit.
なんだ、わかってるじゃないか。世の中、公平なことってあんまりないだろ。
Life isn't fair.
そりゃそうだけどよ。やっぱお前、俺には特に冷たくね。
Arihiko lets out an exaggerated sigh. I don't mean to treat him any certain way. Everything just naturally ended up this way after years of, I guess, unfiltered treatment. We may have completely different interests and tastes, but we seem to operate on a similar wavelength.
まあ、家から逃げてきたはいいとして、普段から夜型のお前が朝から出席するなんて、どんな風の吹き回しだ。ちょっと、いや、かなり普通じゃないぞ。
まあな、俺だってそう思う。たまたま目が覚めたからって来るもんじゃねえよな、学校ってやつは。ぶっちゃけもう帰りて。ああ、やっぱ学生には勉強する意思とか必要なんですかね。
Yeah, he could have just not stayed home. I'm kind of curious. If I do this, can I just go back to one line before?
まあ、家から逃げてきた。普段から
Okay, yeah, I
ちょっ
can.
と。
Or at least one screen
まあ
before.
な、たまたま目。
That's good to know. He's not wrong. But when he says it like that, it almost sounds like he wants an award just for making the trip to school.
そのあたりの議論は今度、暇な時に鏡に向けてやってくれ。俺が聞きたいのは、なんで街に行かないかって。
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
カラオケでも漫画喫茶でも、時間潰すならそっちのがいいんじゃない？
そりゃあれだよ。最近は何かと物騒だからですよ。
What
腹ご
shit?
とこなすのもただじゃねえし、あっちには体力ある時しか顔出したくねえわけ。
物騒？
おお、遠野だって知ってんだろ。
Oh, the classic. You know, actually, I don't know if I legit remember this or if I'm making this up right now. It's like, oh, you know, those murders across town. Yeah, you gotta look out for that because it's gonna be relevant later.
派手に出回ってる通り魔事件
Freaking
の
knew
話
it.
で駅前のセンター街、夜になると警官も巡回しているしな。
Yeah. In supernatural like shows that involve, well, killings or just like superpowers, but also like mystery, they usually throw the setting in where it's like, yeah, there's a killer going around. You gotta stay safe, and then we encounter them later on in the story.
そっか。そんな話もあったっけ？
Hearing Arihiko talk about it reminds me. The going-ons in Soya hadn't bothered me while I was living several stations away from with the Ariyama family. Oh, okay. So, is the Tohno estate in Soya? And I mean, I guess the trip that Shiki had to take on a daily basis was a little bit further, like outside of town, but still the same. Yeah, still same train. I didn't realize it was that far away. It was all over the news. I seem to remember.
なんだっけ？すごく低俗な売り文句だったけど。深夜の通り魔事件だっけ？
The Soya Slasher.
連続猟奇殺人事件な。被害者は大抵若い女で2日前に発見された仏さんで8人目。かつ全員の喉元にバツの字の傷跡があるとかないとか。
Okay, young woman, X on their throat. 8 victims. Yeesh. Weird. My mind can't even picture something like that. I mean, you shouldn't base everything off a pattern, but you know, I'm kind of surprised that Arihiko be like, oh, it's only a woman. I think I'm good. Nah, he's actually still cautious. So, I mean, I think that's a good thing. But I'm surprised that he came to that conclusion. Maybe he didn't want to be accused of being the killer for some reason. I don't know.
違うよ、乾くん。殺されちゃった人はみんな 体内の血液が著しく失われ
Drained
て
of
いる
their blood. Vampires. They're vampires. Yumizuka pokes her head out and corrects us, likely drawn by how loud we are.
ああ、そうだったそうだった。現代の吸血鬼かっていう見出しだったもんな、あれ。
I do remember this girl. I'm not gonna say anything, but I do remember her. I will say one thing, which is speculation. But I mean, this will not really spoilers, but it will, I guess, shed some light on certain things. This girl Yumizuka, I believe in the original route or in the original game, she did not have her own route, but there were rumors or maybe even confirmation. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't been looking into this. But in the remake for the second part, she might actually get her own route, so she is like kind of an important character, and that'd be super duper cool for like a new game because, well, you'd have new content. But at the same time, that would also mean that this game would have 2 routes and the other game would have 4. So I'm not sure if that's actually gonna happen because that seems very sizable. And yeah.
Thank you, Yumizuka. Ohayo-san.
Oh, sorry, there's one more thing I want to mention. So, like I said, in this game there are 2 routes. I actually do not know if we are locked on to one route from the beginning, or if it's like if I can do the second route immediately. And I'm just gonna let it play organically, but I have no idea whether or not I could start the second route or not. I'm gonna try to get the first one, the one that I read the manga for, so I can go into the second one blind.
乾くんもおはよう。ついでに言うと外傷には個人差があって、傷が全くない場合と損傷の激しいタイプに分かれてるだったかな。
So, do they still have the X on their neck?
詳しいんだね、弓塚さん。
Too knowledgeable.
そんなことないよ。この街で起きている事件なんだもん。ニュースを見てれば嫌でも覚えちゃうことだと思う。
Look at the blushy face.
とま、そういうことだよ、遠野。いくら俺でもな、夜中に殺人犯が出歩いているうちは夜遊びなんざしねっての。最近は真面目に家の中で夜更かししてるわけ。
Wait, so past few nights chilling at my place, does that mean you were chilling with your family playing mahjong? I mean, it's kind of cool actually that your family would be able to do that at late at night and, you know, spend time with you, but I highly doubt that's the case.
なんだ、そんな理由だったのか。まともすぎて逆に意外だ。殺人犯に怯えて家にこもるなんてお前らしくもない。
らしくないじゃねえ
Scaredy
よ。
cat.
普通は殺人犯に怯えるだろう。
Oh, he didn't take the bait. Good on you.
こっちはやる気がねえのに、あっちだけやる気満々とか、不意打ちにも程がある。絶対にごめんだね。俺はまだ人生棒に振りたくねえ。
Dude, that's smart.
ああ、そっか。そうだよな。狙われたらとことんまで付き合うしかないってことだもんな。
We're calling you weak. Yo, why
お前
mo?
ねそこは逃げるって選択肢はねえの？なんでとことんまで付き合うんだよ。
だって逃げられないんじゃないのか、そういう場合って。
遠野に振った俺がアホだった。
Never
実
run
際の
away.
話、俺も殺人犯は気にしてねえ。ああいうのはほら、天才だろ。出会っちまう方に運がない。俺が街に出ないのはもっと現実的な理由でさ。最近北口駅前で新手のバカどもが湧いてんだよ。正直顔も見たくねえ。
The north exit, located opposite side of the station from the business district, is downtown Soya, a bustling hub that never sleeps. So he said there are a bunch of fools hanging around the north. Okay, I wonder if they're delinquents or just, I guess, a group of people. Oh man, you can look. There's so much traffic going one way and none going the other. That's rush hour, baby. Well, let's see. There's Cattle Beer on the top left corner. Nissan. Oh man, some other random fake brands I don't recognize. I mean, this place, it's the city, man. I'm kind of surprised because a lot of these Type Moon games take place in like, I guess like in a town. It's not like a city where like you see skyscrapers and like lots of more modern buildings. Like, I played Chaos Head maybe a year ago at this point, and it took place in Shibuya, so like, or like, you know, Tokyo. So like, it was normal to see that. But in Type Moon games, they're usually kind of in more suburban areas, or like not urban. Arihiko lives on the north side of the station himself. Those fools must be pretty bad if he's going to such length to avoid them.
どうのも聞いたことねえか？度胸試しのようなもの。秘密の入り口から地下道に入って奥までつければ大金が手に入るってやつ。
Ah, one of those dares.
それなら私も聞いたことあるけど、それってただの階段じゃなかった？
ああ、結構昔からある都市伝説だったらしい。それを儲け話っぽく仕立てて利用してるバカどもがいるんだよ。どっから流れてきた新参者か知んねえが、おかげで北口の空気の悪さはシャレにならねえ。ちょっとしたことで殴り合いが始まるからな。
I wonder how that's gonna be relevant. I don't remember this at all either.
俺、基本的に痛いの嫌だし、あんだけ派手にやってればポリも動くだろうし、連中が捕まるのでしばらく自重して家にこもってんのよ。
An urban legend on the north side of the station. I guess I hadn't heard of it since I don't live nearby. Though I suppose it'll be my problem too, starting today. Oh, we're gonna be living here. Yeah, yeah.
さてはあれか？朝から貧血でぶっ倒れたのか？
Oh, that's why. So when we were with CL, we were like, "Do you need help carrying my your bag?" And we were like, "Yeah, maybe for my current health, I shouldn't do it." It's not that he's not healthy; it's just that he potentially has anemia. So, like once in a while, he'll just feel faint.
いや、今朝はまだ大丈夫。心配してくれるのはありがたいんだけどね。そう四六時中貧血を起こしてたら体が持たないよ。
まあそりゃもっともだ。遠野が大丈夫だって言うんなら、まあ大丈夫なんだろうよ。
I will say, I am glad that I think his name is Arihiko. I'm glad that Arihiko honestly seems like a fun guy. Like the way his entrance made him seem like an asshole, but they quickly like reversed it by essentially turning it into like playful banter with Shiki. So I do like that, because first impressions are usually pretty important, but that's not exactly, it's not always just the first thing they say. It could be like your first meeting in general. And so far the meeting has been the entire meeting is pretty alright. He just seems like a fun guy to talk to.
早く席に戻って寝ろ。
はいよ。
はいよ。
そうそう。今日の昼飯な、食堂でするからな。驚きの特別ゲストをお呼びしているので、楽しみにしてやがれ。
He's got a special guest coming. I mean, the only characters we know so far that have had a portrait is CL. I mean, it's I don't know if it's gonna be her or not, but we're in the beginning of the game. They're gonna introduce a whole bunch of faces. It's probably not her. Arihiko laughs suspiciously as he saunters back to his seat.
それじゃあね、遠野くん。
あ、うん。弓塚さんも付き合わせて悪かったね。
Gonna have to remember that name, Yumizuka. Yumizuka, okay. She walks back to her desk, footsteps light as a feather. 5 minutes after the bell for the homeroom, and our teacher still hasn't appeared. That means they must have... The teacher's either dead? Okay, I'm jumping the gun here. The teacher's either dead, absent, being replaced, or had a meeting, so it's running long. It's probably the last one, just because it's the most normal. We just started the game. But, yeah, it would make sense as to why they didn't show up within the first 5 minutes, but there still hasn't been any notification or anything.
やったー！今日の数学自習じゃん！
I missed the other line. Just as homeroom is about to end, the teacher next door drops by to tell us that Miss Toyama won't be coming today. Should have read that. I should have read that. So Miss Toyama is our teacher. Damn it, I should have read that because that would have answered my question. Someone sounds like they just won the lottery. Miss Toyama is our math teacher. With her absent, we'll have free study instead. Once you finish the worksheet you're given, you're free to spend the rest of the time however you want. Some use the time to study, but others just kill time, you know, with those scribbles that we see. I start on my worksheet. I actually have no problem with studying. I quit going to after-school lessons as a child, but that was after I was told getting into a good school would be impossible for someone with my condition. Whether you choose to go to college or straight into the workforce, knowledge is never a bad thing to have. I raise my head after solving a few problems and look over to the students near the hallway. I can hear bits and pieces of their conversation, sitting as far from them as I am. Is Miss Toyama going to be one of the victims of the serial killer? Because Toyama, I mean, I don't know how old the teacher is, but it is a miss, and she is not here. Ooh. And I guess there are rumors going around. Oh, that is gonna be it.
まだ噂だから。
でもそんな簡単に。
ひどいよ。なんでそんなことに。
Oh man. Oh man. Something certainly feels wrong, I think. Knitting my eyebrows.
昨日の事件。
校長室に刑事っぽい二人組が。
Oh, that is it. Oh, that's really kind of tragic, even though we don't know this character. I brace myself for what's coming. As familiar as I am with this feeling, I find myself not wanting to accept it. I hold my breath in anticipation for the words to come.
だからさ、富山。昨日死んだらしいよ。
Oh god, oh god, oh no! We saw the lines again. That means the glasses aren't strong enough to stop our sight. I close my eyes, trying to hold back a headache. Oh. Oh. I'm wondering if maybe he doesn't have anemia. It's just that, like, when he acts up or he overexerts himself, he starts seeing the lines again, which once again overexerts himself. So maybe it's that. The morning passes without the rumor about Miss Toyama spreading much further. The classroom is a mess now that's lunch. Some go to the cafeteria, others go to the courtyard, while still others stay in the room and open their lunches at their desk. What should I do for lunch? Arihiko's classroom, hallway. I'll meet with Arihiko, I'm kinda curious. Arihiko disappeared after 4th period. He must be saving seats in the cafeteria. I never promised Arihiko I'd go to the cafeteria with him, but there's no real reason to ditch him either. I might as well spend lunch there today. Damn, that's packed. I mean, yeah, cafeterias are usually like really goddamn packed. The cafeteria looked full, almost full. The line's so long that it'd probably take 10 minutes just to get your order taken. I gaze at the students waiting with their order receipts in hand, and I make way to the table. I feel like in situations like these, your lunch has got to be pretty long because, like, if it takes you 10 minutes just to order, and it takes, like, let's just say 10 minutes for you to get your order, 20 minutes already gone. If your lunch is half an hour, jeez.
それでアリヒコ、特別ゲストって誰?
Actually, did I miss another line? Oh no, okay, just making sure.
それがまだおいでになさらぬ。食堂で待ち合わせだったんだが。
Okay, so it's a
ちょっと待っててく
she.
れ。様子を見てくる。
It might be CL, or maybe it's even that new girl that we saw on the. I'm assuming it's a new girl because I don't remember. Maybe it's that girl that we saw in the train. I don't know her name. Arihiko hurries out of the cafeteria, leaving his curry udon behind. Ooh, curry udon. I've ordered Chikara udon for myself. I don't know what Chikara is. I hope he gets back before my noodles get soggy.
ダメだ。
ダメだね。
先輩どっか行っちまったらしい。
ゲストって3年生だったのか?
おう、面白い先輩だな。ここ数日アタックして、ようやくランチご一緒ツアーまで取り付けたんだよ。
Okay, if it's a third year, it's probably CL.
今日は他に約束ができたとかで学校中を走り回ってるらしい。
忙しい人みたいだね。どうも。
忙しいっていうか、全自動マッサージ機みたいな人だ。
Yeah, she's also known for helping out underclassmen, so it's probably CL. Arihiko breaks apart his disposable chopsticks, looking dejected.
ま、今回は仕方ねえよな。じゃ、いただきます。
はい、いただきます。
We both dig into our udon. Like, come to think of it, I wonder how Shiki met CL, because CL said that they met last week, or at least, you know, got to know each other, but they didn't really specify, I think. A lot of irons in the fire. What a strange way to describe someone. Suffice to say that my curiosity has been piqued. But I'll ask him more about that later.
で、本当のところどうなんだよ。
どうって何が？
今日お前が朝から教室にいた理由。いちこさんが家にいるって嘘だろ。あの人、今昼間の仕事についてるじゃんか。
Okay, Ichigo... Oh, sorry. Ichiko is probably his sister then. I asked Arihiko as I slurped my Chikara udon. Ichiko is Arihiko's older sister who works full-time. She's a bit of a mystery, but she's always taking good care of us.
ああ、そっか。バレるか。トノ、今日から実家に戻るのか？
そうだけど、その話したっけ？
してねえよ。俺は姉貴から聞いただけ。
Wait, what? How would his sister know that?
それでだな。トノがブルー入ってないか、ちょっと確認したくなってな。
Aw, that's actually so sweet. He cares about us. Aw.
そうか。それで、成果は？
早起きするほど面白い見せ物じゃなかったぜ。がっかりですよ、がっかり。
He wanted to make sure that we were feeling alright, so he sacrifices well-deserved sleep from Mahjong to meet us in the morning to make sure that we're doing alright.
ご期待に添えず申し訳ない。ほんと、有彦は暇人だな。
暇人だからゴシップ好きなんですよ。どうのさ、小学生の自分からよそに預けられてたんだろ。どんな理由かは知らないが、それから7年も経つんだ。なんで今になって感動してた息子を呼び戻すんだよ、お前。
感動されていたわけじゃない。
Just
なん
leave.
となく屋敷から出るように言われただけだ。
遠野君、君ね。なんとなくで子供を家から追い出す過程があったら、それは悲劇じゃなくて笑い話ですよ。ただし、ほら一歩手前、寒すぎて笑えねえけどな。
Arihiko laughs in an exaggerated manner. The way Arihiko never takes anything seriously is one of his best qualities. Well, it's so cold that I can't laugh at it, so I'm gonna laugh about it. Alright. The truth is, my father and I had been on bad terms long before the car accident and hospitalization. The Tohno family is a distinguished household dating back centuries, with the customs very different to those of a regular family. My childhood memories are of an oh, I thought I said erroneous, enormous old house and the oppressive, antiquated practices of the family within. Ooh, so that's the house. Is it like the Kuonji estate? The Tohno family is wealthy, with shares in a wide variety of companies. My father, Makihisa Tohno, wasn't much of a businessman, but the assets he inherited from my grandfather were much more than enough to help his businesses make a fortune. A mansion from another era, a high-class lifestyle that valued history and decorum. Any child would have found the life in that mansion unbearably dull. So when I was told to go live with the Arimas, I had no qualms about leaving my real family behind. But what about your cute little sister? I think it was the best outcome I could have asked for. I got along well with the Arimas. Keiko and Fumiyomi treated me with no differently than if I had been their child by birth. I had always wanted to be a part of a normal family, and living with the Arimas gave me that opportunity. I don't have any regrets there. With one exception. My sister, Akiha, she was a year younger than me, and I left her behind at the Tohno Manor. I wonder if Akiha resents me. I mean, why wouldn't she? I left her in that giant, lonesome house with no one for company but that pig-headed old man. It's not hard to imagine what Akiha thinks of me. Of the brother who ran away from it all. Aww. I do remember Akiha. She's pretty important.
そうだな。確かに。なんとなくで家から追い出されたら、そりゃ笑うしかない。
だろ？おまけに二度と敷居はまたぐなっていう決め台詞付きだ。世間様ではそういうのを感動って言うんだ。
That is kind of weird. Like, why would you quote unquote disown a child for being hit by a car? There's probably other stuff, like other memories we haven't really unearthed. But yeah, that's not really a reason to disown someone. Especially if you have the money, you should take care of them more.
今まで聞かなかったけどな。お前、なんで感動されたんだ?
Yeah. I don't have a good answer for it myself. I think in the end, it may have just been a lot of unfortunate coincidences. I was unlucky.
ま、話したくないならいい。
Arahiko picks up his bowl with both hands and drinks down the broth. Lunch always feels so short. I follow Arahiko's example and quickly down the rest of my food. Yum. Udon. School comes to an end for the day. I look out over the schoolyard from my seat, unable to will myself back to the mansion. The classroom, dyed a red-orange by the sunset, looks like a watercolor painting. It makes my eyes throb a little. There's something about vermilion that's unsettling. As the hue pierces my eyes, I'm hit with a wave of nausea. I guess I have trouble with anything that reminds me of blood. The reality is, I've grown weak to it. Because he can make it so easily. 7 years ago, I was on the verge of death. I was caught in a terrible accident. A building collapsed. My wounds were so severe that most people thought that I didn't have a chance. Hold up, so in his, like, the real flashback, I'm assuming, he went to a forest, was attacked by someone, and was protected with, I think his mother protected him. Not 100% sure. 2, a doctor said he was in a car accident. 3, now we're like, there was a building collapse. Maybe that was related to the car accident, I don't know. But there are 3 different things that they've said. Luckily for me, all my injuries were focused in one place, and my doctors were able to get to me fast. It almost feels like it happened to someone else. Thinking back like this, there's a lot I still don't know about. Something struck my chest with such force that it impaled me. I passed out immediately. Like a machine that had its plug pulled. All I remember after that is the pain and the cold. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. Man, look at this glare. It looks so good. I know you don't like vermilion, Shiki, but like, the color palette so far has been beautiful. It reminds me of like the lighting in 13 Sentinels. The scar still remains on my chest. From what they told me, I not only hit my back hard, but a piece of glass pierced my chest as well. That's how I got the burn-like scars on my chest and back. When I was finally able to look at the wounds, I almost passed out from the sight of them. Ever since then, I've been prone to bouts of anemia. I've caused a lot of trouble for the people around me, collapsing suddenly all the time. I assume that's why Makihisa Tohno, my father, decided that I wasn't healthy enough to be his heir. His hair. Oh man. When I hold down the urge to vomit, you saw for a split second that he saw the lines on the walls and honestly of everything. I breathed deeply, waiting for the needling in my eye to subside. I didn't know that's what it was called. Oh, today I learned. A mark of death hidden under my school uniform. I've been able to see the lines ever since the accident. It's only thanks to the glasses Master gave me that I've kept some semblance of a normal life. Without them, I'm sure I would have gone mad a long time ago. Keiko was worried that the Tohnos weren't normal when we said goodbye. Keiko was worried that the Tohnos weren't normal when we said goodbye this morning. Oh yeah, you got that right. But there was no need. The reason being, I'm hardly normal myself. Ooh, that kind of stings. I push my glasses back up the bridge of my nose and grab my bag. Once again, I'm sorry if I stutter a little bit. I've gotten better over the years at reading things out loud, but it's still a work in progress. I can't stay in the classroom forever. I wander around the school, go back to the manor. I want to wander around the school. I do want to go back to the manor eventually, but I feel like that's like the you're gonna miss an event kind of option. Honestly, I'm still not quite ready to go back. I don't really have anything to do, but maybe wandering around the school will help ease my nerves. Come to think of it, I made plans with someone this morning.
そうだった。
Oh yeah, that's right.
電車の中で茶道部に顔を出すって話をしたんだっけ。
It must be fate, Stay Night, that I remembered that at this exact moment. I've still got time before the school locks up. I might as well check out the tea ceremony room. Senpai. The tea ceremony club's room is hidden at the end of the student club's annex. It took me about 10 minutes to find this place, far longer than I had expected. It didn't help that nobody knew anything about a tea ceremony club. I ended up going to the faculty room myself and looking up the floor plan, and now I'm here.
すみません。先輩、いますか？
I knock on the sliding door as I call out. A moment later. Oh, there she
お
is.
や、誰かと思えばトーノくん。
A face I know all too well emerges.
もしかして遊びに来てくれたんですか？いえ、これは遊びに来てくれたと見ました。
I have to say, I love the energy that CL's giving off at the moment. Though I feel like right now she's playing the part of like the perfect senpai a little bit too much.
ささ、そういうことなら中にどうぞ。ちょうどトーノくんと話したかったところです。
はあ。それじゃあ遠慮なくお邪魔します。
I'm a little taken back by CL's eagerness, but I did come here just to see her. I step into the tea ceremony room. Sorry, the music, it just made me feel like doing that. The room is far more authentic than I thought it would be. Yeah, this is a club room. It's a school room. This looks like the inside of a actual like old Japanese mansion. The room is far more authentic. It's actually a full-on Japanese style room.
驚いた。うちの学校にこんな教室があったなんて知らなかった。完全に趣味の部屋じゃないか。
Kinda want a tatami mat myself actually. Like stepping on those actually feel pretty good.
私もそう思います。形式上は部活動のためということになってましたが、校長先生の趣味でしょうね。
Principal's like, I freaking love tea. I love tea.
もっとも、私が入るまでは使われていなかったようですが。
Are you the president? She walks onto the mats ahead of me. With a clatter of porcelain, she begins preparing the tea.
先輩が来るまで使われていなかった。
そうなんです。もったいないことに、茶道部は部員数ゼロの架空部活に甘んじていたのです。お菓子は心の安定剤、和菓子の良さを伝える道が廃れているなんて、街から笑顔が消えるようなもの。いえ、雨の日に捨てられた子犬を見捨てるようなもの。
Sweets are what keeps us all sane. Oh man.
ですので、先生方にお願いして、茶道部を再開させていただ
The
いたんです。
only member.
部員はまだ私一人なので、5人揃うまでの仮運転ではありますけど。
Oh, she's the only member. Huh.
そうなんだ。先輩、好きなんだ。お菓子。
Freaking love sweets and tea. Sweet tea. I'm pretty sure there's more to this tea ceremony than that, but that's not my business.
はい。本命は洋菓子ですが、丁寧に作られたお菓子に寄せはありませんから。
I'll have to remember that.
ともあれ、茶道部の主将として地道に勧誘活動を続けているんです。そのおかげで放課後とか休み時間とかこんな風に自由に部室を使わせてもらっているんですよ。
This is actually a pretty nice place to chill after school. Just lie down, get some tea. Yeah. I wonder if Arihiko, like I'm pretty sure he invited CL because that's the only third year I remember. Maybe it's someone else, I'm not sure, but it was a third year girl. And it was someone who's fairly popular, hard to like schedule with. And maybe she's like maybe she agreed to meet him to recruit him to the tea ceremony club and maybe other people as well, but she got busy.
遠野くんも何かありましたらぜひ。私、放課後は大抵ここにいますから。
そうなんですか。
It's as if she's using the club room as her own private space, like a secret hideout. She's getting closer. Though I'm flattered by CL's invitation, I wonder how this will help with the revival of the tea ceremony club.
けど遠野くんも物好きなんですね。確かにお誘いはしましたけど、あれだけでここまで足を運んでくれるなんて。
Oh, whoops. Her teasing caused the back of my neck to grow hot. Whew. Oh, I wasn't trying to hit on her, I just figured I'd stop by, but as I formed my reply, I realized I'm making an excuse.
いや、本当に特に理由はなかったんですけど。
Oh god, we're getting tunnel vision. But she does have a good point. Oh god, we can only see her. I'm not usually the sort of person to take someone up on this kind of invitation. Come and think of it, why did I come here?
これは失礼。強くかけすぎちゃいましたか。
She murmurs to herself and clasps her hand together. Claps. I squint against the red afternoon sun pouring through the windows. All right, he doesn't like red. This is not good. This is not good. This time of day, no. I squint against the red afternoon sun. While I was busy admiring the room's decor, CL took some floor cushions out of the closet and laid them out on the tatami mats. Ah, I feel like I've seen the CG before. I don't know. Is it on the box that I got the game for? I got the limited edition. I'm not exactly sure how limited it is. That came with the art book. I don't know if there's like an extra story in it, but It looks like we're going to have an actual tea ceremony. He just looks down at her legs again. It's like, I love legs.
あのさ先輩、俺こういう作法苦手なんですけど。
Well, it's time for you and Dennis to learn.
そこは問題なく。私だって流した手前ぐらいしか知りませんよ。
I don't know how to do this either.
どうぞ自由に楽にしてください。
Okay, maybe it's a Japanese thing and they're used to this, but I cannot hold a seiza for like more than like 3 minutes from our life. Like, my legs will start getting the pins and needles and it will just collapse. I can't do it. On the table are a teapot and teacups, as well as some snacks to go with the tea. The snacks are nothing fancy, pre-packaged mini cakes and rice crackers that can be found at any convenience store. I guess this really is just a place to drink tea and chat.
気軽におしゃべりするだけなんですから、堅苦しいのはなしにしましょう。そういうのは楽しく。正座とかしないで、足を崩しちゃってもいいですよ。
I just lie down, arms and legs spread wide, just... Oh, I'm gonna get some sleep right now. She smiles softly as she pours 2 cups of tea. It's like, I told you I wasn't a morning person. I've been awake for longer than I wanted to be.
はあ、真面目なんだかおおらかなんだか、よくわからない人ですね、先輩は。
I don't know what to make of you. I take the cup of tea and bring it to my mouth. This tea sucks! I had no part in it, but the Aramas ran a tea ceremony school. The Aramas ran a tea ceremony school? What? What? Oh, okay. Growing up in their household, I've become quite accustomed to spending time drinking tea in a room like this. Oh. I was gonna say I'm surprised none of the culture trickled down to him, because he's been with them for 7 years, but to be honest, I'm not really into my parents' interests as well, and they try to get me into it, but it just didn't stick. So I could kind of see that actually. I drink slowly, savoring my time here as much as the tea. And then I notice it. CL is staring at me with an uneasy look on her face.
どうしたんですか、先輩。
You look upset. I skipped it by accident.
その
Actually,
なんだか遠野くんの方が落ち着いてるなってちょっと驚いてました。
I'm actually gonna go back. I feel like I want to see I want to see him say that. All right, here we
どうしたん
go.
ですか、先輩。浮かない顔してますけど。
Okay, that's how you say you look upset.
なんだか遠野くんの方が落ち着いてるなってちょっと驚いてました。
That's because I have legs to look at. Sorry, I'm gonna stop this. It's just that the fact that I was like, I should look at something or something. The fact that was his first thing that he looked at and just concentrated in is gonna stick with me. I'm gonna try not to just focus on legs for Shiki, but it just really threw me off.
いや、うちはもともと厳しい家だったから、こういうのに慣れているだけです。それより先輩、話がしたかったって何ですか？
はい、朝のお礼をまだしていなかったので、電車で迷惑をかけてしまったでしょ。だからそ
Hold
の
up,
お
she
詫び
didn't
と
cause
し
any
て、
trouble.
こうしてお世話をしてあげたいなって思ってたんです。
She just ran to make a train. I feel like that's perfectly normal. I'm sorry for disrupting your zen-like state as you're on the train. CL smiles, not seeming to realize what she said. So I thought I'd show you a good time. It was just you. Okay, I didn't notice.
お世話って、なんか日本語の使い方間違ってるよ、先輩。
そうですか？礼を尽くしておもてなしをすることをお世話をする。
Are you saying food and drinks aren't a good time?
言わない。間違いではないと思うけど、ちょっと正しくないというか。
そうでしたか。ごめんなさい。にわか知識でおかしなことを言ってしまって。
I can't tell if she genuinely doesn't
心の伴わ
know
ない作法はいけませんね。
or she's just fucking with us. Her shoulders slumped dejectedly. Now I feel bad for making her feel bad.
心伴っていましたよ。正直に言うと嬉しかったです。作法はまず心からとも言うし、もてなす側の気持ちが本物なら、些細な間違いなんて笑い飛ばせる話だと思います。
I can't help but to try to cheer her up. CL looks at me right in the eye. She's so focused on me that I feel like I'm some kind of rare specimen at the zoo. Oh, she has a different oh, she doesn't have pupils anymore, a different expression. Maybe I'm just not used to it, but being stared at like this is incredibly awkward. Good thing I only stare at people's legs. God damn it.
遠野くん、やっぱり似合いすぎてます。私より年下なのに落ち着いていて、生意気です。
I just lost. CL glares at me. For the second time, I find myself confused about why she acts the way she does.
すみません。なんだか偉そうな言い分でしたね、今の。
はい。あんまりに生意気なんで、不覚にも感動しちゃいました。年下の男の子にしてやられるのって、なんだか気恥ずかしいですね。
Despite her words, CL smiles bashfully. This means she's not angry, right?
私、がぜん遠野くんのことが知りたくなっちゃいました。何でもいいですから、話してくれると嬉しいです。
いいですけど、俺の話なんかしてもつまらないですよ、先輩。
So I have these eyes. She replies with a smile, letting me know that she doesn't mind. I guess I have no choice. I don't know if this will satisfy her curiosity, but maybe I can talk about the things that happened at school. Day goes by like that. Fade to black. Huh. Kind of wonder what she talked about. I ended up talking for about an hour. Yeah, there we go. It was fun, and CL was attentive the whole time. Still, it's not something I'm used to. I suddenly feel very tired. Her favorite part seemed to be my story about the class trip in middle school. Apparently she didn't get one, as she caught the flu the day before and had to miss it.
中学2年生ということは、14歳の頃の遠野くんですか。その頃の遠野くんも見てみたかったです。
I looked like I was 14 years old. The words paired with that smile would make just about anyone turn red. I could keep talking to CL forever, but the sun is beginning to set. As much as I want to stay, I eventually have to excuse myself and leave the tea ceremony room. Okay. Different setting now. So making my way home. My path home is different from the one I took yesterday. It leads me from a compact middle-class neighborhood to one where large, expensive houses line the streets. Every step brings me closer to the Tohno mansion. The area isn't completely unfamiliar to me. It may have been 7 years ago, but I have vague memories of this place from when I was 10. It's a strange feeling. This path feels both new and familiar at the same time. I climb up a long hill. The rows of houses disappear from view. The smell of greenery tickles my nostrils. I may be in the middle of the city, but this place feels anything but modern. Yeah, so like this setting is the setting that I expected from Type Moon games, to be honest. Because, like I said before, they're rarely in the city. They're usually like a little bit more suburban, and this kind of matches what I was thinking. Kind of like in Witch on the Holy Night, there was like a bustling city-esque area, I guess, where there are a lot of shops, there are like tall buildings, but like most of it was like on a hill, individual buildings, how we got a mountain with a house on it, a mansion. So that's kind of what I was expecting. Almost everything from here on is owned by the Tohno estate, the mansion I live in until the age of 10. The only things left for me there are old memories and relatives I never got along with. Though now, only one close relative remains in the mansion. Yep, it's only Akiha. Makihisa Tohno, the father that hated me so much, passed away the other day. My mother died from an illness the year Akiha was born. Wait. I'm gonna have to watch the first scene again. I thought that in the first scene, he went to the forest, was attacked by someone, and his mother protected him. But maybe I misread that. Someone protected him. I don't know who it was. I don't know. I'll have to reread that. So the only Tohnos left would be my sister and I. As the eldest son, I would have taken over as the head of the family, but I no longer have that right. Being the Tohno heir means a restrictive and cloistered childhood. I don't know how many times I was told off by my father for trying to escape all that. That's why when I was left defective after my accident, he took the opportunity to cast me out. Ah, wow. I'm sure he felt that even though I was the eldest, he couldn't leave the family in the hands of someone who would kneel over dead any moment. I'm looking at all these things and they're so pixelated, but I know that like the reason that's it is because it's part of a larger image that's just zoomed in. So we'll see that lamp later. To my father's surprise, I recovered, but Akiha had already been chosen as the next heir of the Tohno family. Akiha had been raised as the prized daughter of the Tohno, but after my accident, she had to endure a harsher education befitting her new station. We played together in the garden until I was 10, but I haven't seen her once since then. And now, it's been 7 years. I wonder how the Tohno mansion has changed. I won't have to wonder for much longer. If anything should come to mind now, it would be my sister Akiha, my father Makihisa Tohno, someone else I played with as a kid. I mean, the thing is, he already talked about these two. Is there someone else? There were actually quite a few people living in the mansion other than Makihisa and Akiha. A number of relatives occupied the main building. The servants, on the other hand, stayed in the separate one. They're vague, but I do have memories of playing with the children other than just Akiha. I seem to recall... No, I can't quite remember. A lot of people came in and out of the mansion back then. According to Keiko, Makihisa was trying to aggressively expand the business at the time. She said it was so busy back then that it would be stranger if I did remember everyone. I wonder if that's how Keiko learned about, I guess the Tohno people, because he was trying to expand. But it's really weird that because like, I don't know the connection between the Arima household, which seemed like a normal household. It's not like they were super rich. They ran a tea ceremony thing, but I don't know. But like, clearly Tohnos are on a different level in terms of, well, wealth.
そうだった。それより、今は親父のことだ。
I don't actually know what Akihisa looks like. I forgot, is that his name? Memories of my father spring to mind. Though I don't recall us doing anything together. Makihisa was a strict father. He was quiet, rarely showing much emotion. Do not leave the house, do not go into the town. Always remember that people are born into their status, and those without our noble blood are of inferior stock. Well, I'm glad he's dead. Such was the ethos of Makihisa and the Tohno family at large. I rebelled against their principles. I felt my father's teachings were wrong. It wasn't from any fault in his logic, though. He just couldn't convince me that his beliefs were right. It seemed strange, but they felt behind the times, even as a child. I wasn't the only one who disagreed with Makihisa, but I was the only one who did it to his face. As a result, I often left the manor in contempt of his rules, which ultimately led me to my accident. The world that lies beyond the manor is an unsightly place. It is a hemlock of the mind. How ironic. In the end, my father was right about that in a way. Yeah. The outside world's definitely different. After waking up in the hospital, he never came to visit me, not even once. My last memory of him is the day I was discharged from the hospital, the day he commanded me to stay with the Arima family. And now he's gone. Not seeing my father before he died doesn't particularly bother me. That must speak volumes about our relationship. The main gate is shut tight. I remember thinking that it was big when I was a child, but after living in a normal house, I realized just how massive this place is. It's huge! The mansion sits on a high hill overlooking the city, giving the Tohnos a view of all they control. The grounds alone are bigger than my high school. Only the forest behind the manor, and it's easily triple the size. Wow! It is the frickin' Kuonji estate. Surrounding the perimeter is a wall of trees and a long fence, preventing outsiders from peering inside. The entrance at the main gate is closed, turning away those who would seek entry. Next to the massive gate for cars to pass through, there is a smaller door for people. I hesitate for a moment before pressing the call button. It doesn't make any noise as I push it. After a few seconds, the lock opens with a welcoming click.
ここのドア、全自動になったんだ。昔は守衛さんがいたんだけどな。
I open the heavy door and pass through the stone gate. The door gives a satisfying clunk behind me, locking itself again. Alright. I don't know if this is the right place to stop, but since we're about to go to the estate and the school day was much longer than I thought it was gonna be, I think I'm gonna end up stopping here. Yeah, you know what? There's definitely some interesting characters. I'm gonna need some time to remember the name. There was like a Yumi something, well, I forgot. There was his name is Inui. I remember that because that's easy to remember. But there was also like the thing that we actually call him. I thought it's really similar to Arihiko. So I forgot what it was. And we also met CL. So yeah, we have some kooky, interesting characters. CL seems to be like, at least for now, like a really cheerful, ideal senpai. So yeah. But we also met that character that I'm assuming is new. So yeah, we got to see some new stuff. I will also mention that so I read the manga as I mentioned before, but I don't remember if I ever gave the anime a try. And people listening to this would be like, huh, what anime? And all I'm gonna say is, I don't know what anime. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyways, yeah, we'll go to the manor, meet with our little sister, our dear little sister, and see what she is like now, along with other servants and like maids and whatnot. And, you know, rejoin the Tohno estate. But we'll handle that next time. And until then, I will be seeing you. See ya!